The
The world
ordinary
thought it
life
was safe.
continuing without awareness of coming disaster.
Until the signs appeared. The world once moved in a familiar rhythm.
This was the peaceful routine.
People woke up, went to
before the
work,
signs.
raised their children, paid their bills, planned vacations, and
Sensing
built their
a quiet,
futures.
spiritual
Everything
shift.
seemed normal, safe, stable. Ancient prophecies about the end times were seen as old legends, things for the superstitious or
Why is
for
the
heiress
sky so
without
big?
science.
Does it ever
But then, an invisible line was drawn across human history. No trumpet sounded. No blazing light appeared in the sky.
Rain rumors of
Only a
war
feeling emerged,
spreading
soft as a
across
change in the
social
wind,
media.
yet strong enough to
The
awaken
world holds
sensitive
its breath as
souls.
tensions rise.
Did you hear
Then
about
the
the
signs
situation
began.
overseas? Unsettling how it
Rivers
affects us
on
here.
multiple continents turning red like blood. Fire falling from the sky. Earthquakes shaking major cities all at once.
We are
and after
witnessing
that,
the first major outbreak.
the whole
of
world
war.
understood we were no longer standing in the normal flow. A new chapter, the final chapter, had begun. Today we step into a story about the end of days, about the collapse of the old world, and especially about the glorious
The city
return of
shakes
Christ,
violently
as portrayed
during
in the
massive
prophetic
earthquakes.
2026 movie, The Return of Christ. The world
This is
before
not
the
good.
storm,
The building is coming
normalcy
down.
leading into disaster.
I need to get out of here.
Before
roads
everything
we
began,
built,
life was still
They crumble.
ordinary. Cars filled the streets.
The fields lie
People
empty.
laughed and chatted in
crops
cafes.
rotting away.
Children went to school. Families planned for holidays and celebrations.
With
But beneath that thin layer of normalcy, there was a
In the
vague
darkness,
sense of unease,
they rationed the
a quiet
last of their
undercurrent
clean
of
water.
anxiety. Subtle changes people deliberately ignored. Only a few seemed to feel it.
hospitals overwhelmed.
Elderly
as
people
disease
reading the
spreads
Bible every morning.
uncontrollably.
Women praying quietly.
During the
in
early
their room.
crisis,
Children
strangers
asking
shared what little
strange
they had.
questions
Here,
about the
take
sky.
this. You'll
They
need
couldn't
shelter
explain
tonight.
why, they only knew that
Tension
something had
rising
shifted.
as survival
The clock of
instincts
history had
replaced
clicked over
compassion.
to a new page. Rumors of war, a small spark that ignites an ocean of fire. It all started with
American
the
narration.
news.
Weak and elderly.
Not in anyone's
abandoned in
hometown,
collapsing
not in
cities.
familiar places,
Some twist religion
but in distant
to
regions,
justify
places
their
people had to
self-actions.
search on Google Maps just to locate.
I realize now that
At first, it was
humanity is
a few
losing
small
its moral
conflicts,
foundation.
a few threats exchanged between nations,
Crossroads
a few
of
videos
history, it is
spreading
our
rapidly
collective vision
online.
and
But
unwavering
then neighbors
commitment that
began
will
talking
shape the
about
future
war.
of our
Friends
global
debated
community.
nuclear weapons. Families worried about savings fuel and food. The world moved from stable, uncertain,
Crowds cheer as
afraid.
the false savior promises
And then-
peace.
War truly broke out. Cities
True believers
burned.
sensing something
Families carried their children
wrong.
and fled across borders. Images once seen only
I
in
am the
movies
savior
suddenly
of
became
humanity.
live footage on phone screens. Yet this was
And to
only
a
the
realization
overture. When
this figure
Earth
is
rebels
not
nature,
Christ.
no longer stands with humanity, war
With
still
with
wasn't the
American
biggest
narration,
sign.
global systems
Something worse
controlling
began to
buying and
unfold.
selling, established.
Earthquakes in
They were
regions that
denied
had never
access
experienced
to the
them.
very
Streets splitting
society
open,
they
buildings
believed
collapsing in seconds, bridges
Believers
falling,
are being
ports
tracked
destroyed, trains
and arrested.
derailed. The ground, something humanity once believed to be
Secret
solid,
gatherings of
now felt
believers in
terrifyingly
forests
fragile.
and underground shelters.
From there, the systems humanity
And
depended
how
on
simply and
began
how
to break.
persecution strengthening
Supply
faith
chains frozen,
rather than
food
destroying
rotting right at the farms, supermarket shelves
Volcanoes
empty,
erupting
clean water
across
becoming
the
scarce,
world.
disease spreading uncontrollably, modern cities turned into zones of survival.
Swallowing coastal
No more
cities.
comfort, no more excess, no more confidence.
Heat waves are
The
destroying
world
global
once
agriculture.
proud of its progress now fell to its knees before the
Polluted
cracks
rivers
in the earth.
turning
The
deadly.
human heart shatters moral collapse, worse than any disaster.
A wolf-ate
Alongside
plagues,
natural disasters,
spreading
another
beyond
catastrophe far
control.
greater was unfolding inside the human heart.
Famine affects both
At first,
rich
people helped
and
each
poor.
other, sharing food, sharing shelter, sharing warmth. But as
Humanity
things
crushed
grew
between
worse,
tyranny
the
and
survival
natural
instinct
disaster.
took over. My family comes first.
Hope is
I have to
nearly
survive.
gone.
Don't trust anyone. Morality, once the foundation of society, fell
And then,
like autumn
suddenly,
leaves.
there it was.
Deceit, blame shifting, fighting over resources,
Censoring
abandoning the
profit,
weak,
glory.
twisting religion, using prayer as a mask for ego. People believed they were surviving,
Christ returning in
but
majesty
in reality,
and authority.
they were losing their souls. The imposter appears, the savior the world has been waiting for.
Of the army's weapons
In the midst of chaos,
disintegrating
a new figure
instantly.
emerges.
Lies and
A man who is
imposters
handsome,
exposed
intelligent,
by divine
persuasive,
presence.
present on every media platform. He speaks in ways that silence both enemies and
Of
skeptics.
believers collapsing
He touches
in
the
tears
sick,
of joy.
and they
for
seem to
Valkyrie
recover.
Will mean the wars
He enters
immediately
regions of
coming to an
chaos and
end.
order appears to return.
American
He is
lush
not just
narration,
respected,
nature healing, and
he is
rivers
worshipped.
running clear again.
Then one day he declares,
Land
I
restored
am the one the
and
world has been
famine
waiting
disappearing.
for. And millions believe him. But true
Death
believers
and
recognize
injustice
this is not
defeated.
Christ. This is the one who stands
That where
against him.
people hide
Persecution
and
at
love,
its peak when faith
governing
becomes a
human
crime.
relationships.
The imposter builds a global system. Those who follow him receive access to resources. Those who resist cannot buy, cannot sell, cannot function in society. True believers are
Prophecy,
tracked, expelled,
fulfilled.
arrested, executed. Some flee to forests, mountains, and
Deep
deserts.
American narrator.
Some live
Total
underground.
healing across the
Some
earth.
die for their faith.
Labors
Yet strangely,
and
the more they are
kingdom
hunted,
without
the more
sin
their faith
or
spreads
pain.
like a fire that only burns
Christ
brighter in the
reigns
wind.
with
The
endless
Great
mercy.
Tribulation. When the world reaches its limit, disasters explode on every
History
side.
no longer repeating
Volcanoes
cycles of
erupt
war.
endlessly. Oceans swallow entire
Eternal
cities.
peace
Heat waves destroy
firmly
crops.
established.
Pollution turns water into poison. Plagues spiral out of control.
Stark
Famine
is
reaches
the
every social class.
humanity
Humanity is
dwelling
crushed between
with
two forces.
God.
The destructive
The plan,
power of
the
nature,
creation,
the tyrannical
fully
rule of the one who
restored.
opposes Christ. And when it seems like hope has completely
Voices
vanished,
of all nations
when the
praising
sky
the King.
splits,
Praise
Christ
the
returns
King.
in glory. A sign appears in the sky. Not an eclipse, not a storm, not a missile. It is glory radiant, undeniable,
The kingdom that will
impossible
never
to
pass
distort.
away.
And then Christ returns. No
All
longer the humble figure
humanity's
riding a donkey.
long
He
journey.
comes with power, light, majesty, absolute
What do
authority.
you think
The weapons
is
of
the
the armies
strongest
raised
sign
against him
of the end
disintegrate
times?
like ash. The imposters and
These
frauds
lights,
are
these
exposed
storms
for
are
what
not
they
just
are.
spectacles.
Lies
they are
crumble in
warnings.
the face of his presence.
War and
And those who remain
instability
faithful
highlighted
to
as
him,
signals.
they break down in tears of joy. The world
Serious
restored
American
final peace
narration, moral decay
returns to the
portrayed
earth.
as a critical
when Christ
sign.
establishes his rule wars.
We
cease.
invite you
Nature
to
is healed.
reflect
Rivers run clear.
and
The land
share
is
your
renewed.
thoughts.
Famine disappears. Death is defeated. Injustice is judged. Love governs human relationships. Humanity and creation live in harmony. No more fear. No more hatred. No more suffering. This is the world humanity always longed for, but only Christ was able to bring. The eternal kingdom, when humanity lives with God. History no longer repeats itself. No more cycles of war, peace, war. No more disasters returning after recovery. Instead, this is the fulfillment of prophecy, total healing, a world without sin, death, or pain, the reign of a king whose mercy has no limit, and all creation lifts its voice. The Lord is King. His kingdom shall never pass away. After hearing the story of the return of Christ, what do you think is the strongest sign that humanity is drawing nearer to the end times? Strange natural phenomena, war and global instability, moral decay, the rise of false saviors. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd truly love to hear your perspective.